Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and we are back reviewing yet another monster from the Dungeons and Dragons Monster Manual. Today, we're reviewing the Basilisk. I am a big fan of basilisks. They are kind of fun, in my opinion. One thing that's notable here, I'm just going to read from the monster manual. Travelers sometimes find objects that look like pieces of remarkably lifelike stone carvings of wildlife. Missing parts appear to have been bitten off. Seasoned explorers regard such relics as warnings, knowing that the basilisk, that creature created them, is likely to be nearby. Basilisks thrive in arid temperatures or tropical climates. There you go. Basilisks are good on the beach. They lair in caves, other sheltered sites. Most often, basilisks are encountered underground. They are born and raised in captivity. A basilisk born and raised in captivity can be domesticated and trained. Such a trained basilisk knows how to avoid meeting the eyes of those its master wishes to protect from its gaze, but it makes a daunting guardian beast. Because of this use, basilisk eggs are highly prized. There you go. I was actually thinking about that when I was kind of remembering about the basilisk. I was like, well, it is unaligned. Could you have a pet basilisk? The monster manual confirms that you totally can have a pet basilisk. They are ponderous for hunting creatures, but they needn't chase prey, meaning a basilisk's supernatural gaze can be enough to affect a rapid transformation, transforming a victim into stone, as we talked about at the beginning of the book here. They have strong jaws, are able to consume the stone. Goodness gracious. The stone returns to organic form in the basilisk's gullet. Some alchemists are said to know how to process the gullet and the fluid contained within. Properly handled, the gullet produces an oil that can be used to return petrified creatures to flesh and life. Unfortunately for such a victim, any parts lost in stone form remains absent if the creature revives. Revivification using the oil is impossible if a vital part of the petrified creature, such as its head, is detached as well. So I feel like a good bit of people, much like whenever we were talking about the Banshee, I feel like a good bit of people know what a basilisk is. This creature is fun. I love that you can like tame a basilisk, man. I think that's so fun. And if you're like kind of playing it loose where your party can have like pets or companions or whatever it may be, pet basilisk is kind of fun, dude. Pet basilisk is kind of fun. 15 AC, 52 hit points, a speed of 20, not the fastest creature in the world. Really, this thing is just beef, right? 16 strength, 15 constitution, everything else is not great. 60 dark vision is, pretty darn good. 9 perception, its layers are in caves and whatnot. Challenge rating of 3. Petrifying gaze. If a creature starts its turn within 30 feet of the basilisk, and the two of them can see each other, can force the creature to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw if the basilisk isn't incapacitated. On a failed save, the creature magically begins to turn to stone and is restrained. It must repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn. On a success, the effect ends. On a fail, the creature is petrified until freed by a greater restoration spell or other magic. A creature that isn't surprised can avert its eyes to avoid the saving throw at the start of its turn. If it does so, it can't see the basilisk until the start of its next turn, when it can avert its eyes again. If it looks at the basilisk in the meantime, it must immediately make the save. If the basilisk sees its reflection within 30 feet of it in bright light, it mistakes itself for a rival and targets itself with its gaze. So the basilisk can turn itself to stone. That goes kind of hard. It does have a bite attack as well. It plus 5 to hit, reach of 5, hit for 10 or 2d6 plus 3, so you're maxing out at 15 damage of piercing, plus 7 or 2d6, so a max of 12 poison damage. Really, the biggest note here for the basilisk is its petrifying gaze, right? That's what makes this beast so notable. Kind of like a cockatrice, or one of those creatures that can petrify people. This is an early creature that can petrify, which is fun. I think, I remember we played a campaign one time where we were in a lair of basilisks, and there were eggs there that sell pretty penny, right? Those eggs are again very valuable. But if you can tame a basilisk, that's where it gets interesting. If you have an egg, let's say the beginning of the campaign, you get a basilisk egg, and then you get a basilisk, and then you just tame it in captivity, right? And then boom, you got a pet basilisk. It's pretty cool pet in my opinion. You can certainly do worse. You can certainly do worse. It doesn't really explain in the monster manual how quickly it takes a basilisk to grow up. That'd be an interesting question that I would have, but the threat of the threat of early petrification is strong, and I like it. It makes this basilisk unique. Also, the fact that you can make it a pet is unique as well. And it's a fun little, it's a fun creature to put out there early in campaigns, in my opinion. Um, with just its abilities, right? Is this going to be a thing that you can like build a story around? No. No, right? Very similar to like the Onkeg. It's a creature. It's just like it's a there's not really a lot of story meat on the bone, so to speak, but it makes up for it in cool abilities with that petrifying gaze, with the possibility of it being an eventual companion if you get an egg. And even with like the possibility of all the different things that you can do regarding do these basilisks have eggs or that you can take and sell or keep one and have it as a pet. Also, if you cut out the gland that converts the oil from petrification to flesh and bone yet again, that can be a powerful thing as well. And like heck, maybe you can even have it set up where there was some important NPC or adventurer that went to a basilisk's lair, got petrified, you pour that oil on them, they're back. You can kind of have a storyline like that, maybe a side quest, right? Where somebody went into this cave, got transformed into stone from the basilisks, you transform them back, and then you have a situation where they can give you a reward. Maybe that adds to the main story, maybe that adds to a side story, maybe it was some really powerful adventurer from back in the day, which now you just have that running around your world. I don't know. It's fun, right? There's a few fun things if you can get really creative with a basilisk that can factor in. So, what do you guys think about the basilisk? And let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. See you soon.